All right, so we're jumping right into it. We're going to be using Django REST framework to essentially send JSON back to the front end instead of what was it called? HTML templates. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Let's see how we do this. So I'm going to go ahead and fork this over. Where am I at? Fork. Interesting. All right, so this is forking over DRF posts and comments to my personal GitHub. I'm going to clone this down. I'm going to CD up a level. I'm inside of my new Charlie challenges. I'm going to git clone. There we go. DRF posts and comments. And then I'm going to open this up into a new VS Code window. All right. So now we can go about setting up a brand new Django project. I'll call it posts and comments, or I'll call it blog, I guess, or my site and blog. I'll do that. So I'm going to create a Django project called my site and a Django app called blog. But first, I'm going to need to create a virtual environment. Like so. Oh, that sounds great. Dogs are making a ruckus upstairs. I'm afraid I want to go check on them. All right. So we have source VENV bin activate. All right. So we've activated our virtual environment. Let's go ahead and pip install Django, Psychob G2 or Psycho PG2. What does that say? All right, did I spell? Oh yeah, I did. I always forget how to spell that sometimes. All right, and then let's also install Django REST framework. So tutorial or installation. We can pip install Django REST framework. Install Markdown, supports browserable API. Interesting. I've never installed those before, but let's just install Django REST framework. Great. So install Django REST framework. Now let's go ahead and start a Django project by running Django-admin start project. What was it? My site. There's my crap. I'm gonna remove that. I always forget to put the period. That's more like it. All right. So I've got the manage.py, the same levels, the virtual environment, and all that. So it's not nested. Next, I'll go ahead and create a Django app called blog. So Python manage. Well, it's clear. Python manage.py start app blog. Run that. Cool. Now I'll need to register my blog, as well as what do I need to add? REST framework to my installed apps. So add REST framework to your installed apps. There we go. And then I'll add another comma there just for any other apps we add in the future. I'm going to use a PostgreSQL. I'll just call this blog API. Like so. So I created a blog API database. It's going to be attached to it. Let's just go ahead and create that database, blog API. Okay, so everything's working. Great. So now let's go ahead and inside of our Django app called blog. Let's go ahead and create some models. So for posts and comments, what do we need to create? A post models.model class. What do we need? Post like title equals char field, max length 255. Title body, make that a text field. We can use like date or publish date. Date equals models dot date time field. Default. Can we do like a default now? How to create default date time field value Django. I don't know. Does anybody remember? Auto add now, true, blank, true. So I can just check that. Auto add now, true, Django. I'm looking at the Django docs. Auto add now. So date field has an auto add now. So, but does the date time field? Pretty sure it does. So let's go ahead, auto add now to true. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the post? New def under gr return self.title. All right. So now we have comments, models.model. Where we need post ID. So how does a one-to-many field work?
Isn't it foreign key?
Foreign key. So it looks like here. So I'm just going to copy that over. Well, not even that whole thing. So foreign key, not reporter, but we want post. And for, we can have, what is it? If we want to go from post ID to post, but if we want to go from post to comment, is it related name? Related name equals comments like that. So if we go from post dot comments dot all, we can grab all the comments associated with a post.
Do you need an on delete?
We have that right here, right there. So post title, or not post title, comment title. I can just kind of do the same things here. Comment and publish date. Should be it. I can do the dunder string. Comment title. All right, does anybody have any questions about this one-to-many relationship with posts and comments?
Why we use the foreign key instead of many to many?
Because a comment can't belong to many posts. So I can't post a single comment on two different separate posts.
Gotcha, thanks.
Now, if you're doing like the schools, students in schools or students in courses, like a student can belong to many courses and a course can have many students. That would be like a many to many field.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's go ahead and make migrations. Python manage.py, make migrations. Cool. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and register this in the admin panel, those two models. So from models, import, post, comment, and then admin.register, or is it admin site.register? You can use an array of post and comment. Like so. So now if first, if I wanted to use the admin panel, I have to create a super user. Well, hold on a second. I made migrations. Now I actually have to migrate these. Python manage.py migrate. All right. Oh, everything looks good. I'm going to clear the terminal. Okay, what is that? Show active speaker. I don't like that. Get out of here. It looks like it's all right. There we go. All right, so now let's go ahead and create a super user just so we can add some data. I was wondering if I had any fixtures, some past ones, but I don't think I do. Create super user. Uh-oh. Yeah, Python manage.py, create super user, ta-pre, tom@email.com, 123, 123. Yes. All right. So now let's actually go ahead and run the server. All right, so I'm going to come over here, local host 8080 / admin. So 8080 or 8000. There we go, 8000. So then I can do ta-pre 123. Well, now here are my posts. Got 0 posts. So this is my first post, and I can just like just throw some data. I'll save an other a Django REST framework. Router, I don't know. Let's look at some routers. Just copy some posts. Whoop. What else do we want? Simple router? No. We have view sets. What do we want? There we go. DRF view sets. Save and add another. Where'd that default router go? So default router, which we're going to be using. Save. All right, so I got some posts. Great. So let's add some comments. This is my first post. What was that first post about migrations? Django make migrations. This is a comment about Django's make migrations. Post. Save. We can add another comment. Django router. Like, how does the router work? What HTTP methods or what URLs does the router have? I don't know. This is a lot easier than writing, or This is a lot easier than manually creating every single view method. Yeah, that's good for now. Cool. So I've got 3 comments on 3 different posts. All right, maybe we'll add. I'll just add another one. Am I going? One more, just so simple way to create multiple URL endpoints. This default Django DRF router comes with predefined URLs. There we go. All right. So now we've got some data in there. Now let's go ahead and create some views, URLs, views, serializers. All right, so inside of the URLs, we're going to do inside the Django project, we're going to include, and we're going to include posts. Do we really need that? Maybe, maybe not. I could add that. Let's just do it. Include blog.urls. And now, does anybody have
Yeah,
any
I got
question?
an error when I didn't include that.
Okay, yeah, I'm wondering. Well, yeah, you'll need to include something here to point it to the
Yeah.
Django app, but I want to see how this, because it might be posts/posts, which might kind of ugly. Or I'll do blog, not posts. This will be okay. Blog. All right. So now I'm going to come over to my Django app, create urls.py. I'm going to go ahead and copy this stuff over. Yeah. So here I can create, we can do what we did that Sean did, where it'd be like posts and like, what did he have? I can't remember off the top of my head, like some
He
view
used
set.
the sets. Yeah, he used the API sets to create and update, delete set.
Yeah, what was it? API, is it even in here? API guide. No,
Yeah, it's under views.
just views. There we go. So we have the API view. So using the API class is pretty much the same as using the view class. As usual, the incoming request is dispatched to an appropriate handler method, such as get or post, additionally a number of, or we can use a view set. So Django REST framework allows you to combine the logic for a set of related views in a single class called view set. In other frameworks, blah, 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 you can make conceptually. So maybe we'll use a view set to do this. But before that, let's go ahead and create a router. And we're going to use the default router. So if I go to routers, so here is the simple router. But let's go down to the default router. So the default router is similar to the simple router, where you would just do like routers, simple router, and then you register your router to a specific view set. And then you just add that to your URL patterns. But in place of simple router, we're going to use the default router. So the default router is similar as above, but additionally includes default API root view that returns a response containing hyperlinks to all the list views. It also generates optional JSON style format. And we have these types of requests we can do at those different URL patterns. So like /users, /user/ primary key, accounts, account / primary key. So you can come down here, you can say like accounts, whatever format, accounts, URL path. So this is like the ID, all that. So instead of that, we're going to go ahead and import the default router from REST framework routers, import the default router. We're going to say router equals default router and invoke it. Then we're going to do router dot register, and I can do, let's look at what an example of this looks like. /users and accounts. So let's go with posts, and we're also going to do comments. But now we're going to utilize a view set. So we're going to have a post view set and a comment view set. So we're going to have to from .views import post view set and comment view set. We haven't created that yet. Post view set and comment view set. And at the very end, we can register those by just doing the router.urls.
Do we have to give it a base name?
I don't think you have to give it a base name, but you can. So like posts and comments, or post and comment. All right. So we're creating a default router. So if you go to /posts/ we should see a list of posts, post ID. We should be able to update, delete from that blog /posts. But now let's go to that view set, or the views. So now we can go ahead and create some views, but we're going to be using the view sets. So we're going to say from the REST framework, import view sets. And here in 3 lines of code, I can create let's actually split the screen. And let's go to that. Let's actually bring back our models and our URLs. We're going to create a post view set. Comes from the view sets.model view set, because this view set's associated with a post model. So if we come over here, user view set, so we have the base view set class. But if we come down here, making extra actions, we have the model view set class inherits from the generic API view. So that, remember that API view includes implementation for various actions by mixing the behavior of these mixing classes. Essentially allows us to list, retrieve, create, update, partial update, and destroy. So here is an example for an account view set. We inherit from the view set's model view set class. And we pretty much only need something like this. So a simple view set for viewing and editing accounts. So let's go ahead and from models, import post and comment. And then from serializers, well, before I do that, let's go ahead and follow this. So model view set, the query set, we're going to do query set, post.objects.all, and then serializer class, which we're going to have to create. So serializer class, we're going to have a post serializer, which we haven't created yet. And we'll do the same thing for the comment. So I can literally comment like so. So we're going to have to import post serializer and comment serializer from serializers. Import post and comment. Like so. But we don't have a serializers file, so we're gonna have to go ahead and create that. .serializer. All right. So we've got our serializers that we're gonna have to create. So we're gonna have to, from the REST framework. Oh, whoops. Rename. Import serializers. So now we're going to create, I'm going to bring the views file over there. So we're going to say, not from, class post serializer.
Gotta import the other models. Huh?
What's that? Oh, yep. We're also going to have to import models. So from models, import the post and comment. So the post serializer is going to inherit from the serializers model serializer class. And again, Django REST framework does a lot of heavy lifting for us. So it's very similar to creating a form like we did in the past with the class meta. We're going to have the model that the serializer is for, and that's going to be the post, and what fields we want to return. So we'll want to return
ID,
yep, ID,
title, body, and then the date.
title, body, and publish date. And we'll see about, maybe we'll add some other stuff to it. Right now, this is good enough. All right, so we'll also do the same thing with the comment. But instead of that, we'll actually have related name, or no, comment title, comment body. That's good for right now. So I'm going to kill the server and run that server again. And hopefully, if I visit localhost /1000/blog/post, is it post? We get an error, so it's blog posts. There we go. So we get the post list right here. So we have an ID, title, body, publish date. So we get a list of posts. We can go to an individual post. Here's my individual first post. And notice that here are all the HTTP methods I can do: get, put, patch, delete. And it allows me to actually make edits right here in the Django REST framework. That's what's kind of nice about DRF, is that it gives us a little, so this is what the actual response is this this JSON response, but DRF, Django REST framework, gives us this nice little UI to do other things to this JSON response, like editing it, all that stuff. But we can see the raw content right there as well. All right. We can do the same thing with comments. So here we've got the comments like so, but maybe we want to know what comments or what posts these belong to. So in our field that displays the comments, I'm going to say post ID. And now if I refresh this, I don't know why it did that. It's weird. Let's go 0. See if this works. So post ID. I don't know if I have to kill the server, which I don't think I did, but let's go ahead and restart it. Let's go to comments. Now you can kind of see what post this comment is associated with. So if you think like real world terms, so like, all right, I want to get a list of comments. Having the post ID isn't necessarily the best. Actually, let's do the same thing with posts because posts have multiple comments. So we have ID, but we don't know what posts are associated with that. So maybe if we do comments, maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. Find out. Cool. So actually, this does work. So if I want to do post 2, this is kind of nice because now we have the title, Django REST framework router. Here's the body, the publish date. And now we actually have the comments that are associated with this post. Can anybody tell me something that might be kind of difficult or like, I don't know, kind of cumbersome to do? It's like, all right, I go land on a post page and now what? You get this response back. What can kind of be kind of annoying?
You'd need to send another GET request based on those 2 comment values.
Yep. So you'd have to be like, okay, I've got the comment ID. Now I can like make a second API request to get comment 4 and comment 2. But there should be a way that we're able to at least put some information on the comments other than the ID. So,
Okay, it's the problem I was talking about right now. If you go
Okay.
back to the comments, just the plain comments page, go
the comments like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
go all the way to the bottom. Now, see, you can make a comment right now, and add a post, right?
Yep. You want me to? Get post. All right. Okay. You're muted. Is that what you're asking, Latasha?
Yeah, just like when you just did, once you convert it, like you want to change the comment so you can actually read the comment, it's gonna stop allowing you to pick a comment at the bottom. Go ahead and do it. Once you go back to the form and do what you was about to do, change it to a string. Like right now you can pick, but once you do what you about to do, go ahead and finish what you was about to do. When you were saying the comments, you was about to change them to a string so you can read them.
Oh, okay. So like change.
Yeah, once you
The
change,
posts.
like you serialize of that string field relation, what have not, it stops allowing you to pick a comment or pick.
Right, okay. We'll take a look at that and see what's going on. All right. So let's take a look.
Tom, I have a quick question before we get too far away from it.
Yep.
That on line 12, that post underscore ID, how does it, that just seems like a value that you would have had to have, is that defined in the models? Okay, it is. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Bad question.
Very good. All right. Where'd my code go? All right. So let's see. So let's just Google the Django REST framework. One to many serializer. Let's look at this. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Let's go to serializers. Oh, I think I saw it. So here's an example. We have like an album serializer that has an album contains many tracks. So we can say like album, I don't know what the slug related field is, but maybe we can try it out. Has many read-only slug field title tracks. So let's try that. I'm just looking at this as a reference. So serializer slash slug related field. Interesting. And that would be album, that'd be equivalent to like a post because a post has many comments. So I'm going to come down here. So serializer slug field. Let's see. I'm just going to get rid of this, just see what happens. Instead of tracks, I'm going to make it comments. And let's see what happens. If it breaks, slug field argument is required for the slug field. That makes sense. But maybe, what if I went? No, that's not going to work. Title, tracks. So comments. Instead of title, I don't know, comment title. See what that does. I'm just gonna kill the server. Come back to my list, do a refresh, and there we go. So now comments grabs that comment. I just want to see if it might grab something else like comment. Whoop. Body. So yeah, so this will actually grab the body. This says like, what do you want to grab from the comment model to be displayed? So this might be a little bit better. But let's see. Let me see. Is there any way we can have like an array of all the comments? I'm not quite sure. I'm sure there is a way to do it.
Would string related field do something similar?
String related field, where did that show up?
I just found it.
It's kind of just like slug. That's the one I use,
Oh.
the related field.
String related field tracks many true. Let's try that. But instead of all of that, let's just go string related field comments. That hopefully that will add everything. Nope. So this again just kind of stringifies it and prints whatever that object is.
Go to the bottom of that page where you stringified it. See what I mean? Where they don't allow you to select anymore after you stringify.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Because I could probably just make posts via Postman if I wanted to.
Nope, it won't let you do it. It's gonna ask you for an ID.
It'll ask you for an ID. So this is a post list.
It won't let you put like type the comment out. It's gonna ask you for an ID.
So this is for posts. Comments. So another. So that should still work. Are you talking about once we get into comments?
No, you remember if you go on the post list and when you had it as an ID, it allowed you to pick the comments you wanted that post to go on to.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about that because if I'm creating a new post, it shouldn't have any comments available to that because you have to create a post before you can create comments that are associated with that post.
Right. When you go to comments and try to do the same thing, it's gonna do the same thing. I was flipping back and forth between student and courses. It just won't let you add it once you change it.
Yeah. No, this is working the way it's intended to.
Yeah, how we got the post ID one there, but if we changed it to the title of the post instead of the post ID one, like if we stringify the one and
Yeah.
change it to what it was, it's gonna, it takes away that
Post.
option.
Let's see. Oh. Maybe I did that too quick. Post object is not editable. All right. Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now. We'll do with that. But let's see, where am I at? So comment still works, posts still work. So we can see the individual comment on that post. So now we can actually like, so it's a little nested. It might be able to, we can like click that and like post that or have it displayed on the screen somewhere. Yeah, let's see if we can actually make some requests to this. All right, so localhost 8000/posts body. What do we have here? We have the title, body, publish date. Actually, just title and body. The title. So I'm making a post request to post. I can say another post. Whoop. This is another post. Send that. Oh, comments. Comments field is required. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, that's not it.
Oh, okay. I just want to see if we do like. That's interesting. That's all right. So that worked. It's a weird way to get around that. All right. So if I refresh that, we got comments. But yeah, that's pretty much. We can do the same thing with comments. Post. ID, comment title. Comment body. Post ID. And here you would actually probably have the ID of the post on the front end. So you can send that back. Let's see, there we go. So there's the other comment. Too hard to refresh. And there's that comment. So I recommend like read through these like string related fields, the slug related fields. You can also just send it through the serializer primary key field. So this will actually just grab all the primary keys. Hyperlink related field. That's interesting. So it gives you the links to those. Let's see. So it gives you nested relationships. So here is an example of that part. So if I just moved this. Oh, what the hell? What just happened? Put the post like so. And with that. So just track related field or track serializer and did comment serializer. Let's see if this works. Many true. I can do read only. And I'll do posts. There we go. This might be more like it. So this is an array of actual comments. So if we just have a comment, we don't necessarily need the post ID attached to it. Whoop. Why did it do that? There we go. So that's a little bit better. So now we have the actual comments associated with that post. So now we can loop through the comments and display the comments. So just to recap, created a basic Django project. The difference, we use the default router, which gives us default URLs to posts and comments. That allows us to make the CRUDing capability. We use that post view set, which we created in the views, which inherits from the model view set, because this view set is associated with a model in our database. We just have 2 lines of code, query set, and then the serializer class that will serialize that data with. So the post serializer, which we created. And since this is a one-to-many relationship, we wanted to add the comments to the post when we send it back. So that's what this line of code does. You could also do it the other way using a slug or the hyperlink classes in the serializer, but you can also just serialize the comments directly here and pass them in. And that is it. What questions do y'all have? So literally like 7 lines or 8 lines of code, 6 lines of code does a lot versus doing it all manually. But you just have to kind of read through the documentation if you want to do anything custom and stuff like that. And you can add methods to this. The post views or the view sets have methods attached to them. I highly encourage you to read through documentation as to like what. So it's got like retrieve, list, and you can override these to do something different. So here are all the list of built-in methods that the view set has. So yeah, feel free to kind of read through it and kind of go wild. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and